So I'm Shaina Refutation, and I will be refuting a claim of fact on abortion. And the main claim is stating that abortion is a practical solution for our nation's problems, and followed by secondary claims that abortion prevents our country from becoming overpopulated. Abortion is a solution for low-income families. Abortion is an option if the baby is unwanted by the couple. I will be focusing my refutation on the first secondary claim, which is abortion prevents our country from becoming overpopulated. The advocate uses grounds of increasing the population in the U.S., and he uses statistics by the United States Census that shows the increase of the country's population over time from the 1990s through 2010. How there's a general increase from 13.2% from 1990s to 2010, and a 9.7 increase from 2000 to 2010. Overpopulation is a result of many contributing factors. So with this evidence that he provided, which is an increase in population, he only acknowledged the fact that that abortion is, that child birth rates are increasing the U.S. population. But increase of U.S. population is also a multitude of factors, which includes immigration and childbirth, and also other factors. Overpopulation is a result of contributing factors such as, according to Puzzle, which is a informational website that has a lot of information that general information that's condensed, is immigration, increasing longevity, which is also the increase of age, and the decreasing death rate, and many more factors. He did not account for all the possible factors contributing to population growth, and assumed that the population growth is only the result of the country's birth rate, and the solution is abortion. However, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the U.S. receives an estimated 1 legal immigrant every 44 seconds and 1 death every 12 seconds. And according to the AOA, which is the Administration of Aging under the Department of U.S. Health and Services, in 2009, the aging population is measured at the age of 65, consists about 65 and older consists about 13% of the U.S.'s population, which is 1 out of every 8 Americans. And also on the CIA's online library, the World Factbook, it states that life expectancy in the U.S. is projected to be about 78 years old. So this means that Americans are living to be much older and are not dying as often as previously measured in the past. So the thing is that he only provided information that the U.S.'s population is increasing, but he did not include all these factors that, it's not just childbirth, but it's also immigration, and, the age population is getting older. So, they're not dying as often. We're not losing that population as well. So as more people move in because of immigration and the current birth rate, we still maintain a good chunk of our U.S. population, and it's also, and abortion will not substantially lower this. I also want to say that highlighting overpopulation is a result of multiple reasons, and so abortion is not an effective / practical solution to solve our nation's problem, which is overpopulation. And also, my advocate did mention a second and third claim, which are irrelevant, and both of these claims are abortion is a solution for low-income families, and abortion is an option if the couple does not want the baby. These two secondary claims do not present how abortion is a solution to the nation's problems, because these are more personal problems to the families, and they are more personal individual problems that people must solve for themselves. And that concludes my presentation.
It stopped being funny like 30 seconds ago.
I
It's a challenge. That's how maybe I do, because it's I was on the day we did this one.
All right, let's start with the second and the third issues, which you decided to kind of dismiss as not being relevant. I think that's a little bit problematic given the general nature of the advocate's proposition. It's so open-ended that I think those things might very well be seen as being relevant. And so the choice to decide to kind of not address them is potentially problematic. I would be a little bit careful about that. I do think that there are legitimate criticisms to make of those 2 points, that there, for instance, are plenty of alternative ways of solving the difficulties for low-income families, and that, in fact, we have employed a variety of things to assist people with low incomes, to give them opportunities, I think the bigger problem, the bigger issue suggesting here is that there are plenty of alternatives that are much more effective than abortion to this issue. For example, birth control, which is less expensive, less dangerous, more widely available, not controversial. Any of those points could easily have been mentioned as a way to respond to that second point, and then you wouldn't just be leaving it hanging out there. You'd at least have something on that particular point. The same thing, with the third point, which really, I understand what you're saying about dealing with the unwanted, but the question here becomes, I think there's an argument to be made that says that that's really a value claim here, and that without discussing value issues, it would be difficult to respond to that, and then I think maybe you could dismiss it. But give us some reason why the only the first one is the one that you're going to emphasize. That being said, I thought you did an excellent job arguing counter-causality on that first point, suggesting that the population issues are likely to be affected by a variety of factors, and that abortion is unlikely to have a substantial impact on them. The death rate, for instance, the immigration rates, I think, are both illustrations of sources of increased population. By the way, I'm not exactly sure that the increase in the population that we've had is disproportionate to what we've had in the past. And it's been suggested in some places that a low birth rate is potentially problematic for the health of the country in the long run. So that could have been an issue also. That's not what you chose to focus on. You just focused on the counter-causality claim. I think you need to have a stronger challenge to the advocate's evidence and reasoning on why this would contribute to the population issue. But your counterclaims, I thought, were very, very well documented on the point. All right.